One Piece is one of the most influential anime, or rather manga series out there. But despite its influence and the fact that so many of us love it, just as how influential it is, just as hard it is to get someone else into One Piece, someone new. But yeah, there are a few reasons why it is so hard nowadays to get new people into One Piece. Usually we hear lots of things, of course, but in my personal opinion, though it is true that everyone can have a lot of their own reasons and problems with the show, and well, hey, everyone's entitled to their own opinion at the end of the day, I would at least like to talk about what we hear most of the time and what we hear from the general person, and here's what I think personally. So, usually One Piece, though a fantastic series it may be, when we try to get someone into it, they will usually tell us something else, or rather, once they give it a try, they may not end up enjoying. So, here's 4 reasons that we usually first hear. Obviously, first of all, a lot of people complain about One Piece's art style, that it is too cartoonish, in contrast to the likes of course, its competitors, Naruto, Bleach, and Dragon Ball. One Piece really does have a more cartoonish art style, and that is not something that a lot of anime fans really treasure nowadays. And another reason is that a lot of people that do start One Piece actually tend to start from the anime, which is, well, for quite a bit was not really the best adaptation for its source material in my personal opinion. Hey, they even started different points, yeah. And because it's not really that great of a adaptation, it does not represent One Piece as a whole. And since a lot of people really don't like to read manga and prefer anime, as I mean, who even likes reading nowadays, sadly. But yes, since they prefer to watch the anime, and it never actually gets good for them when there are 100 episodes or so in, because, well, the anime does lack the appeals of the manga until much later in my personal opinion, although I am personally speaking for someone who is watching One Piece as an adult. Obviously, as a child, you're gonna view the world differently, and of course, it's easier for you to get into the One Piece anime, and that actually is how many of us get exposed to One Piece. It was the anime for a lot of us, because we were kids and we actually did not care and had not seen a lot of different anime at that time, so it was easy for us to get into the One Piece anime. And hey, the One Piece anime is fairly decent, but the manga truly is better, and I'm pretty sure everyone disagrees about that. But regardless, One Piece is a fairly decent show. But yes, so far, 2 reasons I have listed so far is the art style and the fact that it never gets good for them when they are 100 or so episodes in, around, of course, the Crocodile arcs or the Arlong arcs. Then next of all, we also hear the excuse that One Piece is a toxic fan base. So that is something that I do think is sometimes a bit of a stretch, because One Piece has a lot of fans, so yeah, there's a lot of variety to how many people are that like One Piece there are, and there are going to be different groups of people who act differently, of course. And finally, we hear this excuse: One Piece is too long. I mean, understandably so though, because One Piece has 1,000 or so episodes at this point, and at the same time, we have over 100 volumes of it now. So yeah, One Piece is quite long to an outside observer, even though the later episodes do have like around 2 and 10 minutes of actual substance to them, so you can pretty much skip the openings and endings and the recaps and still finish it quite quicker. But in my personal opinion, there is another reason that people usually do not like One Piece. Why? So, although most people may claim that it is because it is too long or it's the art style, one reason I rarely hear, and that's a surprise in my personal opinion, and the fact of the matter is that it is quite obvious that this is a problem that a lot of people do have indeed. It is this problem, okay? So, One Piece, as we all may know, is a long time phenomenon. It has been around since, well, 1999, or rather, it has been around there since 1999 as the anime. But regardless, what my point on the matter is that since it has been a long time phenomenon, and the fact on the matter stands that One Piece is something that a lot of people got exposed to as kids. Now, the same people that claim that they don't like One Piece that it is because it's too long would actually not mind it if they actually ended up consuming media of some other kind that was also very long. For example, a lot of people that complain about One Piece like this have actually usually seen Dragon Ball or Naruto, well, more completely. And here's the fun part: though both of those series are shorter than One Piece, these guys have seen these shows more than once. So yeah, the episode count really does increment in this regard. So anyways, and also it still goes to show that there are also many video games out there, and a lot of people really have so many hours on these video games, and they will claim that they don't have enough time for One Piece. Yeah, no, that's not it in most cases anyways. So the reason, my personal opinion is that since One Piece has been a long time phenomenon and people have not grown up with One Piece, they have this predisposition that a lot of people that did grow up with One Piece are more into it and know more things about it than they ever will, and that it is too late for them to catch up. And since it is too late for them to catch up, why bother? Because other people have a stronger connection to One Piece, and they may not really feel as a big part of the community as the other people, and that is actually, in my personal opinion, what keeps a lot of people away. That One Piece is not their childhood anime, because hey, a lot of people have so much loyalty towards Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach, even High School DxD, literally. So yeah, there we go. That's, in my personal opinion, why a lot of people do, in my personal opinion, again, not like One Piece, or well, rather refuse to get into One Piece. That's actually the main reason, in my personal opinion, which is, well, sadly, it's a bit of a silly reason, but I do empathize with that framework though, because, well, when you're growing up and you actually are viewing how the world works, that is something you actually take into consideration. What are you going to be the best at? And if you're not going to be the best at something, why bother? So that's actually how people really view anime nowadays. It is seen as a sort of competition, and not just anime, literally everything. It is seen as a bit of a competition, sadly, and since everyone does view it that way, a lot of people simply refuse to have newer experiences because other people have had these experiences for longer times. So yeah, obviously, again, like I said earlier, this does not apply to everyone, but around the years, I have seen a lot of people, alright, and this does seem to be the case for most of them, and I'm not even joking how many, because, well, so many people just don't want to start One Piece because they will say it's long, but it's not because it's long, it's because it's been around for a very long time, and you're not gonna fit in with everyone else, is what you really think, in my personal opinion. Now again, like I mentioned earlier, everyone does indeed have their other reasons, but I'm just talking for most people, because a lot of people have also said that, like I mentioned earlier, One Piece never got good for them when they were 100 or so episodes in. Well, I suppose that is the reason for that is because they were watching the anime and the manga is better, but then there's also people that will tell you that One Piece never got good for them and they read the manga. Well, at that point, they just have really different tastes, because even the first volume of One Piece is really a masterpiece. So yeah, with that out of the way, I would also just like to say that thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll conclude this video right now. And next time, let's touch upon Dragon Ball and why a lot of people refuse to like Dragon Ball, which is, well, an even worse case in One Piece, sadly.